Hi everyone. So I get a lot of questions asked around property auctions. This is one of the kind of great mysteries that when people are coming into properties, they are still quite fearful about how to engage in property auctions and how to buy, what to look out for. And so I thought, this morning Savills auction catalogs come out, and I'm hoping to find a few deals that I maybe wanted to bid for. So I just wanted to kind of film this as a process that I follow, even after 20 odd years of investing, as to how I find some deals. So in terms of what I do, so I've got tabs at the top here. If you can see my screen here, I've got all these tabs at the top of the screen here that are all, a lot of them, auction properties tabs, and then I'll click on them, knowing that once I get an email from the auction house, I will click on them and open up. And the next thing I'll do is I will go and have a look at some of the properties that are available right now. So as you can see here, Savills, July 2022, 181 properties for sale, and the auction is actually on the 19th of July. So what I'll do next now, I'll open up a my Evernote for auction properties, and I find the tab for auction in July 2022, and we know it was the, sorry, what was it? It was the 19th of July. So I have another addition here to put. And this is the process that I follow, and that helps me loads to make sure that I can analyze lots and lots of properties that are coming on the market. So here we go. So this is your note making. This is my note making tool called Evernote that I use to basically gather all my information in one place. It just helps me organize my work, and for example, here, when it comes to auctions, I'm also going to be using this as a way of finding out and remembering which auctions, what date, and what property. So here we go. So let's go back to the auction magazine itself, and you can see here the actual lot as well. So a couple of other things I do. I make sure right now it's showing me only 10 properties. I go straight out and put 100, so I get it to load in one screen 100 properties, so I'm not wasting time having to click on number of pages. I'm also going to log in, so then when I save my properties, it's actually going to stay in my log, and then I can revisit that afterwards once I'm ready to kind of keep some notes as to which ones I want to buy. There you go. So view catalog. There you go. Right. So now it's looking for 100 properties, and I'll get going. So generally speaking, I'm looking for big blocks of flats, but that's not to say that that's the only thing I buy. I will buy anything below market value that's worth buying and investing in. So let's have a look what else there is here. So generally speaking, with auctions, you will find the first lot, 2 or 3 are the key ones that people want to buy. So the auction catalog are scheduled or organized in that way. So they go in with a few cheaper properties, but in desirable areas or lower guide price, so that you get the interest of people to come into these property auctions. And then after that, you get in the middle bit, you get the bits that tend to go for reasonable price. So here I like, for example, I like the fact that this is on Lee Bridge Road, just up the road from us. So what I will do is I'll go and add this into my wish list. And then all I will do now is to go through and look for things that I think may be worth me considering as I go along. As you can imagine, there's 150 odd properties all over the country. I'm looking at the ones that I'm interested in because it's either in my zone, so I invest within an hour and a half of where I live in London, so I don't really invest any further than that. So London and the southeast of England is my hunting ground, I guess, and has been for the last 20 odd years. I know there's a lot of cheap properties in up north. You probably could buy a whole street for the same value of one house in London, but that's still, it's not something that I'm willing to do, and I haven't done for years. So, and the reason why it's simple is because I control all my investment myself via my property managers who work for me in-house, and we end up having our tradesmen who are all in-house as well. So we can control our cost. So that's what I will do, in terms of process. Now I'm going to go through all of these properties, have a look at the ones that, may be of interest to me. I'm looking for below market value. I'm looking for things that can turn into HMOs, split titles, create leases, or big Airbnbs for bigger groups of people. So those are my kind of things that I'm looking for right now. For example, this one is in Southall, this is West London. This is, even though it's in London, it's 2 hours on a good day to go across London. So whilst it might be on my interest, I'm not sure that it's feasible for my own health and well-being and stress level. There's no need for me to go across town to do that. There's enough properties in my region, in my area. So once I find some of them, I will then make a note on this Evernote, on this note-making thing app that I have here, which looks like this. And then that's the way I can keep an eye on which properties coming up, what lot number they are, how much are they, what's the guide price, and what are the actual properties. So, in the end, you will see that if I show you another auction note. This is for December 2021. You can see here, December 2nd, I was looking at all these lots potentially to buy. I ended up buying one in one of this in this auction, and then on the 2nd there was another one. On the 8th of December there was London Auction House, lot 225 was of interest, etc, etc. So all I try to do is to keep things simple, so that when I come to the actual auction date, I remember which one I was looking at buying, and I tend to keep notes on them. So for example, in this one here, you can see lot 67, it was a house for 200 grand, family home, and I've put in some notes here for myself: 5-bed HMO potential, full refurb, replaster, rewire, and I've kind of guesstimated the cost of development and stuff. So that helps me to work out my max bid, and if it goes beyond that, then I'm not interested. So that's how I would organize my my purchasing and my strategy when it comes to property auctions. So I hope that helps. If you've got any questions around property auctions, please drop them in the comment box, and I will try and answer as much as possible these questions, I should say. Over the next week or two, I'm going to be posting a lot around property auctions, because I think it's a common thing that people want to learn and know more about. So stay tuned, and I will see you at the next video.